Good evening, everyone. This is Not for Debate. This is another episode, special episode with G and Marv. We're trying to do this every week on Tuesday nights. Talk about NBA stuff. We could talk about anything if you want, but right now we want to talk about NBA stuff. What's up, Marv? How are you?
Man, I'm doing wonderful today, bro. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. I just finished watching the Celtics and Hawks game. The Hawks played great in the first half, but then just gave it up in the second half, or the Celtics played better. But yeah, man, this is the time where the NBA, right before the playoffs, and the playoffs, where the NBA comes up and it plays well. But I know that you wanted to speak on certain spreads and what you look forward for tomorrow, and you want to talk about this fan base with the Lakers and what the odds of them making the playoffs. What would you like to start with?
You know what? Let's start with this Hawks and Celtics. I know I know you mentioned they was playing
Okay.
well. I know they ranked. They actually ranked number two. Believe it or not, they ranked number two in offense, but they only ranked 17 on defense. So I can see why. Because like
Yeah.
in the first few quarters, they'll blow out a team maybe about 10, 20 points, and then let them catch up later in the half.
Yeah, and I think that's their issue. I think last season their offense was there, but defensively they were great. This year, I think defensively plus a few injuries. I was just talking about it, in the chat, how they had such a great year last year and then just come out and played flat. I think that obviously they still have a chance to make the playoffs with the NBA play-in that they've been doing for the past 2 years, but I just feel like they should have played better this season. You always believe that when a team plays great, next year they're going to progress, but sometimes they come the following year and just they just play flat. But the Celtics, let me tell you something about them. They're playing with a lot of energy and they play great defense. And Jason Tatum is balling, man. I don't know if you watched the game, but have you been watching Jason Tatum lately?
I've been watching them lately. I also been watching a lot of their injuries, man. It's tough, yo. I just seen Jalen Brown walk out, so
Yeah,
I'm hoping it's not too serious. He can come back and play. But yeah, man, with Jalen Brown and him, bro, they're gonna be a tough team, man. Once they get it together, and obviously
right.
they have him as a more as a playmaker than just a stand there and shoot type of guy. He's taking command of the offense more since Kimber Walker's been out.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh,
So, well, Kimber Walker,
yeah, yeah,
since he's been gone from the team, you mean?
yeah. Since she's been gone for the team, my bad, my mistake. Since she's been
It's
gone
okay.
for the team, yeah, he's
Yeah,
been
I
he's been doing it. He's been
I
doing
think
it.
you know what it is too. I think for Jason Tatum playing in the Olympics, playing with all those great players, kind of helped his game. And he had the scoring. He had the scoring. I just think that he needed to become a ball handler, a better a guy who can control the team and set the team up. Which you see, he's playing much better,
Yeah,
which is crazy because the Celtics had a horrible start to the year, and all of a sudden they've picked it up. So it's good for them. But the Atlanta Hawks right now are in ninth place. I don't think they'll beat Brooklyn to get in that spot. I think Brooklyn is going to eventually go up to maybe 6 or 7. But whoever the Celtics play right now as it stands, if the playoffs started right now, they'll be playing the 76ers. So that'll be a tough matchup. The Eastern Conference,
mm,
man, let me tell you, man, this thing is amazing, man. It's going to be tough for anybody to win this year.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Anybody can take it on the Eastern Conference, man. It's
Yeah,
gonna it's gonna be fun to watch.
you wanted to talk about the disconnect between the Lakers and the fan base. Like, did you
Yeah,
did you watch the? Go ahead.
I watched the games and man, bro, they really played terrible, bro. And then
Yeah,
you see the crowd booing them. You see videos out of everybody's with the language, man. They just cussing at the team, just getting in their heads. It's rough, man. I know the fan base. They pay a lot of money. They pay all this money for them to just sit there and watch this garbage that the Lakers has been doing, bro. It's just crazy. So oh man, they got to get it together, bro. Sooner or later, they really soon than later.
Honestly, you okay? Oh, go ahead, man. I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
No, no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say when the season started, you wasn't here with us yet, but when the season started, I was big. I was happy on the Lakers, this year because I thought that LeBron with Westbrook would make Westbrook a better player, just like D Wade did for LeBron back in the day. I thought that LeBron would do that for D Wade. The problem is, unfortunately, Westbrook's game has not only is he not a shooter, but his athletic game has gotten worse because he's getting older, and I was completely wrong on them, man. I was completely wrong, and I admit it, fully. I was wrong. I thought they would be a great team, but I was wrong. Honestly, I don't want to see them in the playoffs because I just don't want to see that team. I don't want to see garbage basketball. So I really hope. I'm
That's
serious, man. I
understandable.
really hope, and that's messed up because I like LeBron, but that team sucks, man. Like I don't want to see the Lakers in the playoffs. I'd rather see the Clippers in the playoffs because the Clippers play with heart, and they don't have their two big guys, and they still play hard all the time. The Lakers, just like the word Charles Barkley used on TNT, they're a whole bunch of wussies, man. Not just the players, but the coach, the GM, the owner. Ever since Jim Buss died and his son took over, they've been a
Yeah,
bad team in my opinion. And now his daughter Jeannie Buss took over, and she's not doing much better. So it's like, what is wrong with the Lakers? If the Lakers were Showtime, Kobe and Shaq, Magic, even that second year with the Lakers when they won a championship, that's the Lakers. That's how we people know the Lakers. The fact that they come out this year and just been garbage, it's just terrible to see, man. It's bad.
I think their biggest disappointment to me, I was very disappointed when they let go of first of all, they let go of McGee. That's first
Yeah,
and foremost. Why give up that piece? Somebody that can help. Somebody can help you out, get rebounds. He doesn't do too much of the perimeter, but he's a good screener at that. And then he's helping out. He's helping out most of your big men that you have now.
exactly. I think
Well,
JaVale
he
and
would have.
Dwight, right. And I think one of the biggest losses for them, really, to be honest with you, is Alex Caruso because Alex Caruso is just the energy guy.
Definitely.
He's just the energy guy. He plays defense. Like he, it sucks that he's injured because he played well for the Bulls as well. But the Lakers giving up Alex Caruso was bad. And then last season, the Lakers giving up Rondo was bad because if you remember that championship year, LeBron played off the ball a lot because Rondo carried the offense. So that helped them as well. So they just been
Mhm.
making some bad moves year after year, and they just like I it's just terrible to see them as a bad team. I do not. Let me just make this clear.
Yeah.
I don't care about LeBron. I don't care. I don't want to see the Lakers in the playoffs at all. I don't. I don't want to see them. As far as their odds to make the playoffs, since they have the playing game, they have a chance to make the playoffs. But I just don't want to see them, man. Like, how do you feel like that? Do you want to see them in the playoffs?
I don't, bro. I'll be honest with you. I don't care to see them, but if they do, I feel like it's gonna be a first round and just exit.
It's like it's not even worth it, man. The Lakers don't
It's
lose in the
not.
first round. Like, not it's not their history. So just in my opinion, I know Lakers fans ain't gonna like this. I'd rather see the Clippers in the playoffs than the Lakers because at least the Clippers play hard and play with energy with every game. They don't have the most talent because they don't have Kawhi and Paul George being out for a while, but at least they play with heart. The Lakers, they play like, hey, let's just get in the playoffs. Once we get in the playoffs, we're going to turn it up. You can't do that with guys who over 30. Like this is not 2012. This is not old LeBron or old Westbrook. Like, what are they thinking? But you know what? Another aspect of it. Again, I like to look at things from both points of view. I'm not just single minded like some people are. Right? Anthony
Mhm.
Davis hasn't been healthy most of the year. I feel like
Right,
when
right.
he's playing, their defense is a lot better. And if he was playing, they'll still probably be seventh or eighth seed, but they would be a better team if he was playing the whole year.
Right. But to add to that, man, he's been playing a lot of minutes now. He's
Who,
been
LeBron?
playing a lot. No, Davis.
Well, he's supposed to. You listen. You're supposed to be the future of the team. LeBron's getting older. He ain't gonna be here forever. So the team is supposed to go, work around you. And the fact that he hasn't been healthy, it sucks because it's like if he was healthy, the Lakers would be a much better team.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You don't think so?
I really don't think so, bro. Just for the fact that they haven't had any production incentive is just like when he's out, they might put LeBron there or Howard there, but Howard's not very productive, bro. At least
Neither.
that's my opinion.
Yeah, and neither was DeAndre Jordan. They just released him, I think, either yesterday
Yeah,
or
they
today.
waived him. They waived him. That's another point.
And Westbrook, man, it
No
just
disrespect, man, but half of them need a bit wave, man.
yeah,
Carmelo Anthony too. Just waive his contract.
yeah. I don't know why when you have a superstar like LeBron and he's getting older, you don't put him around older guys. You put him around younger guys so he can basically make up for what he's lacking in his older age. You don't put older guys around him. That didn't make sense. So that was number one. Number two, Westbrook is just having a bad shooting year again, and it's just so terrible to watch. I mean, you saw me in the chat. I love Westbrook. I love his heart. I love how he plays with energy. I love how his teammates love him. He's a team first guy, but when your decision making is questionable and you can't shoot, it's going to be hard for you to win. So that was unfortunate. But again, I just want to say I was completely wrong on the Lakers. I thought they would be a good team. I was wrong. I
Yeah,
I, I don't see them making the playoffs, but obviously they have a chance. If I give a percentage, maybe a 60% chance of making the playoffs. But even if they make the playoffs, they ain't going past the first round. It's done. It's done with them.
yeah, man. I didn't have them going far to begin with. I knew that team was going to be bad. I honestly knew, man. You don't get guys that's 35 and up, bro. And I understand LeBron wants to play with veterans, but man, it's some good young players out there. They even got some good players on the team. Um, they got Tucker. Tucker is good. Um, who else they got on this roster? Let me pull up the roster.
They
They,
didn't
they,
really have much to me. I mean, I guess Trevor Reeves is too old. Tucker's good. The boy that kind of what's his name? He was supposed to replace Alex Caruso. I forgot his name. What's his name? I'm gonna pull it up
is it
now.
Andre Reaver?
Yeah. Reeves. Yeah. Reeves. Yeah. He
Reeves?
was supposed to replace Alex Caruso as far as their energy guy, and he's okay. I mean, Malik Monk is good when he wants to be. They just picked up Wayne Ellington. Well, they had Wayne Ellington for a while, but they just picked up DJ Augustin, which that's not going to
Mm,
make a difference. Avery Bradley's been gone. Kevin Nunn's been injured. Like they just had a. It's just been unfortunate. I think if the Lakers were 100%, I still don't think they would be a great team. They'll be sixth, seventh, eighth seed, playing around there. But if they were healthy, they still wouldn't win it all. That was just wrong, man. I want to see good basketball and I want to see competition. If the
facts.
Lakers make the playoffs, I don't want to see a 4-game sweep where they've been blowed out 4 games in a row. That's boring. That's not the playoffs in my opinion. I don't want to see the Lakers in the playoffs. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't.
And kid you not, bro. A lot of people gonna hate this opinion. I already know. But to me, bro, the best player on this team, bro, is not LeBron James to me. It's been Malik Monk. If we talking from score perspective, I think Malik Monk is like their go to guy, bro. Yeah, he's been consistent,
Well, I mean, him and LeBron have been the most consistent one.
hand in
See,
hand. Yeah.
yeah, the thing with LeBron is he's still great. He's still playing great. It's just that he's older now, so he can't carry a team like he used to because he's older.
Right, right.
So that's why you put younger, more you can get a guy in 28, 29, 30, still young enough but still experienced enough to be good. You don't get guys 34, 35, 33. Like it's just not going to work. It's too much on the body. Like they've been in the league for so many years. I didn't see the logic of the Lakers getting those old guys. I thought Westbrook was going to win. I thought that was the one old guy that was going to be okay. But other than that, Carmelo Anthony and Trevor Ariza and DeAndre Jordan, and like, come on, man. Those were bad pickups to me.
Oof, man, this bench. I'm looking at it. Ray Ellington.
He's
Damn.
pretty decent, but he's not playing. I don't know why the Lakers won't play him.
Stanley Johnson is a good dude, man. He's great.
He's a
I
great
like
dude.
I like him a lot. He's productive. But
As far as this team goes, I know we want to talk about other topics, but just a little more on the Lakers. I think that going forward, they got to figure out something with LeBron. What are they going to do with him? Is he going to stay? Is he going to leave? They got to figure out offensively, because defensively they were decent, or they are decent. Well, they used to be. I don't know what happened to them last couple games, but offensively they have no identity. They just pass the ball to whoever's open, and whoever wants to take the shot. It's like there's no screens, there's no plays. It's just very weird. Like, I don't like them offensively, and maybe that's the coach. I don't know. I just think that this team has to just, I wouldn't say forget about this year, because you never want to quit. You don't quit. You play to the end. If you make the playoffs, you got a chance to win it all. But I just don't, I just don't think this team is good enough to compete against any playoff team at this moment. Like, okay, if they make the playoffs, they got to play Phoenix. There's no way in hell they beating Phoenix. And if they get to the number 7 seed, then they got to play the Warriors. It's like, that's just 4 sweeps from both teams. I just don't want to see this team in the playoffs, man. I don't.
I feel you, man. Yeah. What do you feel about Rob Pelinka? You think
Uh,
they should let him go? Well, LeBron wants him gone. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? You think he's an
I,
issue?
I don't I don't know if he's an issue. He okay. Let me explain this. I don't think Rob Pelinka is the issue. I just think that, unfortunately, he made bad decisions. Should he be gone? Maybe, yes, but I don't think it's his fault. I mean, Jeannie Buss is there. LeBron could be the fault, because Jeannie's the boss, right? She's in charge. So at the end of the day, is what she says goes. So if you allow this man to pick the players, then it's on you. When you are the leader, uh, I wouldn't say it's all on you, but it's on you to make the team right. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe a change at GM would work, but I just don't want to blame everything on Rob Lincoln. It's not all his fault. It's just, unfortunately, I had a bad year. I don't know, man. I just, it's just unfortunate, because it's like, you think about Kobe's legacy, and not that Kobe didn't have bad years with the Lakers too, because he also had bad years with the Lakers. But when Kobe was playing, the Lakers sucked after they won 2 championships, but you can see that they had potential. I mean, if you think about it, look at all the players that they drafted and they went to other teams and playing great. You got Jordan Clarkson, who's 6 man of the year, bench player off Utah. You got Brandon Ingram, who got skills. You got Lonzo Ball. Julius Randle. I don't know what happened to him. He kind of fell off a little bit, but he still had potential. Who am I missing? I know I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing?
Uh,
Josh Hart, I guess you can put in there.
yeah, Josh Hart, Lonzo Ball.
Right. So they had a couple draft picks that, if they would have stayed on the Lakers, you never know what could have happened if they would have built for the team. But the Lakers are not about rebuilding. The Lakers are about winning a championship now. That's in their culture. They have 18 championships for a reason. But unfortunately, the players that they picked to win a championship is not the right players. So it's like, is that Rob? Is that all Rob Pelinka's fault? I say he has something to do with it, but all his fault? Nah, man. Because again, when it comes to the organization, it starts at the top, and Jeannie Buss is at the top. So you wanted to take the reins from your brother. You got it. Your brother you took the Lakers from your brother. Now that you got the Lakers, you were able to win a championship under her ownership. Great. But what happened after the next 2 years? The next year, the following year, if you remember 2020, 21, the Lakers
Right.
were number 2 seed, balling. And then LeBron and AD got injured. And what happened? They went all the way down to 7. So it's like injury messed them up last year. And then now this year, chemistry and old age screwed them up this year. So it's just like, I'm waiting for next season to see what they're going to do. It's going to be interesting. Maybe a lot of changes. We might not see LeBron in the Lakers uniform anymore. We might not even say AD in the Lakers uniform anymore. So it's very interesting.
Man, to be honest with you, I don't think nobody's gonna want LeBron next year, bro. I know people's like, If
I don't know
if
about that.
if Bronny goes to whatever team he's gonna go there, I don't know, bro.
I don't know about that.
That's that's just that's just my opinion.
I think LeBron still has enough in the tank to be a complimentary player, or the second or third best player on the team, because clearly he still has some game. Even at 37, he still has game. But as far as being the best player in the league or best player on the team, that's
No,
gone. That's gone. That's done.
he had a good run.
But
Um,
mhm.
I would say this too. What's the what school does Bronny play for?
I have no idea, bro. I haven't even paid attention to him. Honestly, I've been watching D Wade's son, because I believe low
Yeah,
key D Wade's son is better than LeBron's son, in my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah. That
Yeah.
boy is good. I've been watching a couple G League highlights, man. He's gonna be something.
Yeah, he's gonna be something. He has the same type of game as D Wade has, as far as the clutchness at the right time and the mental toughness. I love D Wade. But you said that you wanted to if you want to you said you wanted to bring up a certain topic, which I think is actually a great topic. Later on, hopefully tomorrow, Saturday, when we do another show, we can have all the boys put their opinions on this. But you wanted to talk about which era had the best super teams, the 90s, the 2000s, or the 2010s. Who do you think? Who do you have?
So check it out, man. It's an article, man, and it was kind of interesting to me. So they put all the teams they put all the best players from each position, right, from the '90s. So let me see here. Let me see here. I'm gonna bring it up. So this would be the '90s super team: John Stockton, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Karl Malone, and Hakeem Jawan.
Hakeem Olajuwon?
Yep.
The only thing I have with that lineup, I think that's an awesome lineup, because again, Stockton and Malone, that pick and roll, pick and roll is so simple, but they just did it to the extreme. They were so perfect. Uh,
Facts.
what what reminds me of Stockton and Malone in a lesser sense, not as great as Stockton Malone, was Stoudemire and Nash. I thought Nash and Stoudemire had a great pick and roll as well. But for me, I know Malone is great, but I'd rather have Charles Barkley than Karl Malone. That's just me. But for that team, I think Karl Malone works better. But yeah, those were the top players in the 90s. You would pick Olajuwon over Patrick Ewing, because Patrick Ewing unfortunately did not win, but Olajuwon was the monster. So I think that team is hard to beat, man, because you got everything. You got the passing leadership ability of John Stockton. You got Michael, the best player in the world. You got the best center. You got the greatest defensive player, or one of the greatest defensive players, and just all around team player, and Scottie Pippen. And then you got that shot, that jump shot, and that strong man of Karl Malone, who was so super strong and just had a great jump shot and can play off the pick and roll. So that team will be hard to beat. As far as the 2000s, is there an article about who's the top people in the 2000s, or no?
Yes. So let me get it to
Okay,
you, bro. Check this
get
out.
to me.
All right, we got your boy Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, Tim
Ah,
Duncan, and you already know, man.
Shaq.
Yes, sir.
Okay, first of all, Tracy McGrady. I don't understand, and this is just my opinion. People could feel different. It's okay to for people to feel different. But I don't understand this love affair for Tracy McGrady. To me, Tracy McGrady was a regular season player. I made this point in the chat. There's something about the playoffs and how you play in the playoffs. Even if you lose, if you play in the playoffs and you play your heart out and it means something to you, and you play the hardest you can, and you carried your team to far, and you just played great. Like, for example, Charles Barkley never won, but you never questioned his heart. Uh, Allen Iverson never won, but you never questioned him because he had a great playoff runs. Tracy McGrady did not have a great playoff run. So 2003, he played the Pistons in the first round and went up 3-1 and lost four straight. and played terrible in Game 7. I just don't see. There's no great playoff moments for Tracy McGrady, so I don't have him in that list. I think he's a great regular season player, but playoffs, no. So for me, in my list, as far as the 2000s, you could put Allen Iverson in there. I agree with that. I'm not going to take that out. There is an argument for Jason Kidd. There's an argument for Steve Nash. There's an argument for those two players, but Allen Iverson to me tops them. Over in the 2000s. Wade over Kobe? No. As much as I love D Wade and I'm a NBA fan, I mean, come on, man. You got to put Kobe over D Wade. But D Wade is the sixth man, in my opinion, in that era. Who else you said? You said Kobe. Okay, so you said McGrady. Listen, he didn't win, but LeBron in the 2000s, in 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, like he was great. I mean, the man won the MVP. He didn't start winning until 2010s, but I would put LeBron in the 2000s over McGrady. I would even put Paul Pierce over McGrady in the 2000s because Paul Pierce played well in the playoffs. Again,
Yeah.
I'm not
So
high on
you
McGrady.
put him as a small forward?
In the 2000s, yeah, I put LeBron or Paul Pierce as small forward. As far as the rest of the list, I agree 100%. Now, as far as Dirk, he has competition. I mean, I'm sorry, not Dirk. As far as Duncan, he does have competition. He has Rasheed Wallace, he has Dirk Nowitzki, and he has Kevin Garnett. But I think that Tim Duncan did more than those guys, so I would put him over. And then Shaq, I mean, Shaq competition was mainly in the 90s. His competition in the 2000s, there was no center in the 2000s that was great. Back then, I mean, you had power forwards, you had Vlade, you had Chris Webber. You know what I'm saying? You had power forwards and centers, but I mean, who was better than Shaq in the 2000s? So that list is great.
Bully.
He was a bully, man. He was a bully. So the only thing I would change is LeBron or Paul Pierce over Tracy McGrady because I'm not that high on Tracy McGrady. But I love that list. I completely love that list. Now, what about the 2010s?
Let's get to the 2010s. All right. Think you're gonna love this one. Maybe not. We'll see. Okay, your point guard, Stephen Curry. Shooting guard, James Harden. Small forward, LeBron James. Power forward, Kevin Durant. You already know. Center, Greek Freak.
Giannis at center?
Mm-hmm.
See,
I personally think Embiid, but they got him at center.
See, there's always a debate with everything. First of all, I love that list. I think that's a perfect list. I think with KD, except one, I'm going to tell you in a second. I think with KD at 6'11", 7 feet, you could play him at the 4 or the 5 because he's tall enough to play. So I'm not taking anybody out but James Harden, man. Like, see, okay, so D Wade was better in the 2000s. I think in the 2010s, he was still great, but because of injuries, he kind of died down. So would I put D Wade over James Harden? I don't know, man. Like there's D Wade, there's Klay Thompson, there's Devin Booker, even though he wasn't as great. But James Harden, I guess he was the most relevant. I mean, Paul George, sometimes you can play him at the 2, sometimes you can play him at the 3. Would you put him over James Harden? So it's like, I don't know. I think James Harden is the safe choice, but there's a debate with that. As far as everybody else, actually, Giannis, I would change Giannis too, because Giannis, come on, man, he just started winning. Like, I think Giannis is more 2020s than 2010s. So I actually would put Jokic or Embiid at the center. That's just my opinion. Jokic, I would go Jokic over Embiid only because Embiid has not stayed healthy, unfortunately, and Jokic is just the man. Like he does everything on the court, not only scoring but offense, rebounding, and even defensively. Like he's slow as hell, but for some reason he knows how to move his feet. So I like Jokic. I think Joel is the better player, but because he's been injured, he might not get the nod over Jokic, in my opinion. But Giannis is more 2020s, is my opinion. I'm sorry.
So you think the Joker is better than Giannis?
I think for the 2010s, yes. I believe so. I mean, what other center in the 2010s? Now, 2010s, you go back to 2010 all the way to 2019. Back then, you had Dwight. Dwight was in there. You had Andrew Bynum for a couple years. What other center can I think of? I don't think there's really no other great centers in the 2010s. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns, not really. Whiteside had a couple years where he was decent. There's a
No,
couple centers.
I don't know.
Dude, Whiteside, the first 2 years,
Oh,
2015 and 16, he balled out. Come on now.
no, bro. Come
Come
on,
on,
man.
man. Come on, man. Whiteside balled out, man. Listen, I get it. He flamed
Whiteside
out,
was
but
good for one season, man, and he had my hopes up, and he was talking that trash too. Like I'm just want to get my. You already know. I'm trying to get my 2K rating up, so we're gonna play hard and da 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 da. As soon as you get into the playoffs, man, you choke against Embiid. Embiid just beating you left and right, man. Just out muscling you, out hustling you, man. Man, no to him, no to Whiteside, man.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. I just if you go back to 2016, we lost Whiteside and Bosch. So we really didn't have no chance to beat the Raptors. But if one of them was healthy, if Whiteside was healthy, we would have beaten them. I'm not saying Whiteside was great. I just feel like for a 2 to maybe 3 year period, Whiteside was pretty good. But once he got that contract in 2017, the offseason, that's when he kind of fell off. But we're forgetting about Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol with Memphis was dope. And he won a championship with the Raptors. So it's like there's him. I'm trying to think of any other centers between 2010 and 2019. I can't think of any that much.
Mark was at his best when he was younger. You know,
Yeah,
in
man.
my, I think he gave his best years to the Grizzlies.
He was important to the Raptors championship, but yeah, I agree. His best years with the Grizzlies. Him and Zach Randolph, they were that tandem was tight, man. They were good.
I love them two together, bro. They played so well together in that paint.
They did. And you know what? I know he's a power forward, but Tim Duncan also played center a lot because a lot of times they played small and had Duncan at the 5. So I wouldn't even put him in the 2010s because the Spurs did win a championship in 2014. It was against us and it was very unfortunate, but they were able to win a championship. Let me think of anybody else. I don't think to the level of being the best center, but I like Steven Adams. I think he plays tough, and I think he's a team guy. Obviously, he's not one of the greatest centers of all time, but I like him. I like his game.
Dude, I'll take Steven Adams over Whiteside.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
you
Whiteside
know,
made me so mad, bro.
I feel you,
I
bro. I
got a
feel
beef
you.
with Whiteside. That's the only thing, bro. I do not like Whiteside no more, man. After that first season we had, man, he was blocking everything. I mean, everything. Then
2 seasons, bro.
all the coaches got a hang of his footage and all his tapes and see what he does the worst. He can't do nothing.
I would say after the first 2 seasons, because 2014-15, the Heat didn't make the playoffs, but Whiteside played great. And then they came back the following year, 15-16, and D Wade had a great year. And Whiteside was playing as well as he was playing well. So I think after the first 2 seasons, he kind of fell off. 2016-17 is when it started, but when it really started is when he got that contract. When he got paid, that's when he became like, what's going on? What happened to you? Got to his head.
Facts, bro.
Yeah.
And
But as far as 2000, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying people would talk to him, bro, and he'd be like, I don't know, he'll be somewhere else and they'll be on another subject, man. They wasn't on the same page with anything. So I'm glad they had to let him go, man. It's like when he's on the court, he slows the game down for everybody else, and he's not in it to win it. That was my take on it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because he was great at one point in time. He had a 2-year wonder. Yeah. But
I was
also
definitely thinking we got a steal with him, bro. When we first picked him up, I'm like, nah, man, nobody.
it looked like it, don't it?
Yeah, and guess who? And guess who picked him up? Guess who drafted him?
What?
You remember who drafted him?
Oh,
The Kings.
the Kings. Yeah.
The Kings, bro, man, they draft, like I told, man, they draft some talented players, bro. The
Another thing
dude has,
we forgot about the King, the DeMarcus Cousins. I know he didn't
yeah,
take the Kings to
bro.
the playoffs, but I think he's a player. He's a baller.
Yeah, bro, he's great, bro.
Yeah. Also,
Another
one
one that
last
doesn't
center.
back down. I love him.
I love him too. Al Horford too. Al Horford he was a small center, but he played center, and I thought he played very smart, and he had a nice jump shot. His form is ugly as hell, but it would go in.
Mm,
You didn't like
I,
Al
I,
Horford?
I, I don't like him over no Cousins.
Yeah, I hear you, but again, Cousins he played for Sacramento for all that time, and never once did Sacramento make the playoffs. So, I mean, I like him, but what? My thing is, if you're great enough to take your team to the playoffs, you get my respect. Just like I give Russell Westbrook so much respect that year after KD left and he carried that sorry ass OKC team to the playoffs. I thought that was amazing. But yeah, I love DeMarcus Cousins. I think he's a great talent, but for some reason he just couldn't get the Sacramento Kings in the playoffs. Like I don't know why.
Mm-mm-mm. Man, it's another guy, man. I got Al Horford on the same level as I guess you can say Boozer.
Yeah. Well, Carlos Booz. Well, I don't know. I guess. Oh, we forgot about this guy. Listen, I know he played for the Bulls, and I know we hated him. But Joakim Noah, let me tell you, man, that guy, I had so much respect for that guy. Because he played with so much energy, he wasn't scared of nobody. He did not have all the talent, he really didn't. But he played with heart, he played with energy, he played tough, he set hard screens, he got rebounds, he played with so much passion. Like that's another guy that another center in the 2010s that should be respected too. I
Mm-hmm.
like Joakim Noah.
Mm-hmm.
The
Agreed.
funny thing, the funny thing about that is it's just a side conversation. Um, that game when the Heat won 27 games in a row, and we had to go to Chicago and play them. That game was one of the most intense games I've ever watched. And the Bulls beat us. They beat us and they broke the streak. And all Chicago Bulls fans was talking mad shit and just celebrating that win. Yeah, we stopped the Heat's winning streak. And it was crazy is we played them in the playoffs and we beat them 4-1. So I'm like, yo, okay, y'all beat us in the regular season, but we got y'all in the playoffs. Like that's what matters, the playoffs. But that's just a side note. That's just a side note. But yeah,
Yeah,
I like
only
Joakim
thing
Noah.
with Joakim Noah, man, he had the ugliest shot. I think he shot from the side, like
Bro,
yo.
that shot was so terrible, man.
That shit was terrible, man. But he gets respect though. This if anybody has issues with Joakim Noah, something wrong with you. I don't know if any other centers were, that caught my eye. I think that's pretty much it.
Man, Joakim Noah the truth, bro. I remember this one time, man. He was having his he had a little. I won't say it's a beef, but they had some. They was coming off like the wrong foot. Him and LeBron, and I think this was the time when they was playing in Cleveland, and he was after the game, man. He was talking to the guys up front, talking to his teammates about LeBron and whatnot, and then he went up to the oh man, the freaking. Well, anyway, let me tell you this story, bro. He was like, do you guys ever visit Cleveland
Yeah, I
or
remember that.
I was like, yo, this dude is bugging.
No, he said what Joakim Noah said because what he said was Cleveland's. I'm just paraphrasing. He said Cleveland's a lonely place. It's not a place where people want to go to, and nobody wants to go to Cleveland as a free agent. He was kind of alluding to that. And
Right,
this was
right.
2000. This was 2010 in the first round. So the Cavs beat the Bulls in the first round. So after Game 5, he went on the podium, and he was like, "Do you?" Somebody asked him, "Do you regret your comments about Cleveland?" He was like, "Not at all." And then he said, nobody ever says they want to go to Cleveland for vacation.
Nobody.
And he's right, man. Like nobody says, "Hey, we're going on vacation. Where you want to go? Let's go to Cleveland." Like, what? Nobody cares about Cleveland. Like,
Nobody, bro.
it's true. So it's true, man. Listen, Joe Kim just spoke his mind. He didn't give a fuck about what anybody had to say. I liked him. I hated him because he was on the Bulls, but at the same time, I'm not just a Heat fan. I'm not just a LeBron fan. I'm not just a Wade fan. I watch the NBA. I love the NBA, so I watch all the players and I watch all the highlights. Joe Kim Noah was the fucking man. Like he deserves respect, and I think honestly, I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if he will based on his numbers, but I mean, he did win Defensive Player of the Year. He was a team guy. Like people loved him. Like I like Joe Kim. I thought he was good.
Yeah, bro. Man, he made Bulls fun to watch, man. Him and Lou Dang. Him and Lou Dang alone, bro.
Bro, the Bulls had the problem with the Bulls around that time in the 2010s is one, they didn't have enough scoring and shooting. I mean, Rip Hamilton came there, but he was already older. He couldn't do too much. They had Kyle Korver, but he couldn't get open for some reason. They had what's this guy? What's his name? Mike Dunleavy, I think. He was a shooter, but he didn't get open too much. So they didn't have enough offensive scoring to compete. And they ran into LeBron. So as far as going back on your Joakim Noah LeBron thing, because I saw an interview with him, he didn't personally hate LeBron. You just hate losing
No.
to the same. Yeah, you just hate losing to the same guy all the time. So if
Right.
you go back and look at it, the LeBron, whatever team he was on, he played the Bulls in 2010, 2011, 2013, and 2015. And each time they won, his team beat the Bulls. So it's like if you're on the other team, you get tired of getting your ass whipped by the same guy. So you're not gonna like him while you're playing. But I don't think it was nothing personal against LeBron. Like he didn't like him just on the court, and that's fine. That's how it should be. When you on the court, I don't like you, you don't like me. We trying to beat each other. That's it. Just don't take it personal. So I don't think Joe Kim's was personal with LeBron. The one that was personal and took it to heart was Paul Pierce. He's kind of been petty and been personal, but Joe Kim, nah, I don't think he was really, he didn't really dislike LeBron as a person. Not in my opinion. But yeah, man, you wanted to you got any more thoughts about the super teams? Do you like those picks? Would you change something or
The only thing I would change is I would change the center position, man. I like Embiid better.
over Giannis? Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. Yeah.
yeah. Just a bigger body. Uh, I love and with him he has better footwork to me. And he has that in paint presence.
I agree with you. I mean, you can't go wrong. And you know what? Honestly, besides actually you can't go wrong with that list as far as the 2010s. You can have Giannis at the 5 and still be great because he's still tall enough to, you know, he's still tall and athletic enough to compete at the 5. But to me, it's Embiid and Jokic. But you wanted to, I know we didn't get to do it last time or touch on it last time, and I
Mhm.
just want you to take over this. You wanted to talk about spreads for either college or NBA. Like if you want to, bring it up or talk about it, you can. It's all
Okay,
yours.
so what we have, man? Let me pull it up for you. All right, we got for tomorrow. We got. Oh, this gonna be a good one. We got Philadelphia versus the Knicks
Again
again, bro. Again, and
in
they're playing.
in
They
New York.
playing in Philly.
Oh, Philly. Okay.
They're playing in Philly. I don't really like this game, man. Pacers versus the Magics.
Hmm.
We got Hornets versus Cavaliers.
That might be a good game, actually.
Uh,
And what's the
Kings
spread
versus
on those games?
Pelicans. The spread on these games, okay. pull it up real quick. Wow, that's a big spread. Okay, well they have for the Knicks and the Philly game, we have a 10.5.
Philly over New York, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can
And,
see
and,
that
ma-
happen once. Go
and
ahead.
matter of fact, man, matter of fact, yo, this is a game that I'll look into. I'll very look into this game because man, Philly, like with this team, they can do something with the roster that they have with this team, and
Yeah, man.
with the Knicks, bro, no Kemba Walker, no Derrick Rose. They lost. Well, against the spread, they 1-7. So that should tell you something. Don't take them on the spread.
I wouldn't take the Knicks for anything. There's no way in hell I would ever pick the
No,
Knicks. They suck,
no,
man.
don't do it, guys. Don't do it. If you guys are listening, please do not pick the Knicks for nothing.
For nothing. Is there an over under for that?
The over and under is 223.
Yeah, that's probably going under. I
I,
mean,
I don't know.
what was the last time? The last,
The
yeah, go
last
ahead. The
game
last game,
went over.
it did.
Yeah,
Let me see.
yeah. Yeah, I believe Philly scored 128.
When did they play? When did they play? Hold on.
No, you know what? They actually scored 125 to 109.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It might go over. You're right. 109 points. I guess that's a lot of points for the Knicks. I can't believe they scored that many points. That's crazy. But
Yeah,
if you look at that game, oh, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
they didn't play. They didn't play as much defense as they were supposed to play. Because I had them. I had Knicks going under 100 points, but
For that previous game, yeah.
for that previous game, I had them like on a solo ticket.
Okay, so what about the other four teams that you said? Other three matchups that you said?
All right, so man, we got a lot of games, bro. To be honest with you, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 8 games tomorrow night.
Okay. Let's just do the ones that you said. What about the Hornets and the Cavaliers? I think that's a good game.
So the Hornets, they have them at. How did they don't even have them listed? Let me check another sport site. That's
Okay.
crazy. Yeah, let's check that out.
So while you're checking, I just want to bring up a point that I feel that the Miami Heat, and I put this on Facebook earlier. I feel like the Miami Heat have a 2-year window, maybe 1 or 2 year window, because Jimmy is going to be in his mid-30s. Bam is still young enough to be the franchise player, but eventually he's going to be alone. Because I feel like the Bulls, I really feel like the Bulls next season will be a team that you have to worry about. The Bulls are just, they're playing well, but because of the injuries and because it's the first year, I don't think that they're ready to take over. But next season, you got to watch out for the Bulls. So you still got to worry about the Bulls. You still got to worry about Giannis and what he's going to do every season. You got to worry about the 76ers. We don't know what's going on with Brooklyn. We don't know if they're going to be good. We'll see. The Cavaliers have gotten much better. So right now, it's the Heat's time to win it all. Like they have to win it all, because if they don't do it within this year or next season, the following year they're going to go to rebuilding. That's just what it is. So I believe that it's the Heat's time.
They have the talent and they have the players, bro. And they using these players the right way. So I'm very excited. I'm actually very excited when they get Depot back, man. They're getting them back on the second week of March.
Yeah,
which is next week. Next week we should be seeing them play.
I mean, that's cool. I just don't have that much faith in Oladipo than the other people, but I could be wrong. Hopefully, I'm wrong because I'm a Heat fan. Listen,
I
I don't.
I hope you're wrong.
Me too. I hope I'm wrong. Let me just say something. Listen, just because I said, and I've said this whole season that the Bucks will win it all. It's not. I'm not going to lose sleep if the Bucks don't win. I'm not going to lose sleep if the Brooklyn Nets win it all. I don't care. I don't care about who's better, Jordan or LeBron. I don't care about none of that. That doesn't matter to me. I love the NBA. The only thing that bothers me, the only thing I'm emotional about is the Miami Heat. When they lose, that affects me. Anything else, I don't care about. I just want to watch and enjoy the game. That's all. That's just me. Saying if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah, we are playing. We playing the Bucks tomorrow.
Ooh, ooh. That's a good
That's gonna
game.
be tough.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, man,
Where is that? In Milwaukee?
in Milwaukee.
We beat them twice, I believe. I'm not sure. I got to go back and look at the schedule, but I know we beat them once. We kind of blew them out.
Blow that ass out.
Yeah, we did. So we'll see, man. I want to see that matchup. And right now, how it's looking, that's the second round matchup. If everything stays the same, Bucks and Miami in the second round. So we'll see. But any other final thoughts? I know we're hitting that 52-minute mark. Or do you want to continue to talk about the spread? Or
Yeah, let's keep talking about the spread. Actually, man, I wanted to let you know, man. We they having they're gonna have like a tough week.
the Miami Heat?
Yeah, yeah. So they play the
Yeah.
Bucks tomorrow, right? Then
76ers.
Thursday. So wait a minute, hold on. So yeah, tomorrow they play the Bucks. Thursday they play the Nets. Then Saturday they're gonna play 76ers. And then next week, Monday, they play the Rockets, which is easy. I think that's an easy game because they playing at home.
Yeah,
And then
man.
they have to
This
play
is when
the
it's coming.
Suns Wednesday. Oof.
That's a tough schedule, man. That's a tough schedule.
Yeah,
But
that's tough.
okay. So how many games is that? That's 4 games.
4 games, yeah.
I could see them going either 3-1 or 2-2. I don't think if they lose all 4 of those games, I'll be so disappointed. Because again, you're playing against your competition. You're playing against the Bucks and you're playing against 76ers and you got the Nets. Those are the 3 teams that people believe in the Eastern Conference that they're the best teams besides the Miami Heat, including the Bulls. But they're not played. They played the Bulls already and they blew them out. That was amazing. I know Banks didn't like it. I know he hated it. But
Yeah.
hey, again. The Bulls ain't ready yet. The Bulls will be ready next season. Definitely next season. But right now, they're just a team that's just going through the motions. But the 76ers and the Nets and the Bucks, those are the 3 teams that the Heat have to worry about. So those games are important.
But let me tell you this now. Let me tell you this. They're 4-1 out of their last 5, and they only lost. They only lost to the Mavericks, and that was back in February 15th.
That's pretty good, man. Like the Heat are having a great season this year. A great season.
Uh,
I like this team more than the 2020 team, in my opinion, because actually the 2020 team came out of nowhere. They came out of nowhere in the playoffs, but this team, they started out great from jump.
It's funny. Nobody had us going to the finals. Nobody.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, man.
I knew when I saw that when we saw this Pacers game, like yo, this team can go far, bro.
When we saw us beat the Pacers, yeah,
because Jay Crowder was on like another level, bro. Like everything he shot was just going in, and that helped Duncan Robinson a lot.
Duncan Robinson was on the team in 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, he was. That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
But I think Tyler Hero had a great rookie year, and then the following year he kind of slowed down, but then he came back this year and played it even better.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. He played hella good in the Celtics series.
Him and Dragic. I thought Dragic was good. Listen, man. I know Kyle Lowry at the time was a better pick than Dragic, but I really felt that the Heat should have got Dragic back. The fact that he went to the Brooklyn Nets, it was like, kind of sucked. But hey, we'll be all right. We got enough players to compete against anybody. So,
But who would you take off the roster? You know what I mean?
Nobody right now.
'Cause I don't know who you take off that roster for Dragic.
Bro,
So
did he have a 12-man team? What was that?
So they have a 12-man team. What about the guy that they have on a 10-day contract? They have a
What I
new
mean
player
by
on a
that,
10-day contract. Yeah, what
they
you
do.
think about him?
I think I forgot his name right now, but I think he's good. Actually, they signed him for the remainder of the season. They signed him for a 10-day.
They did.
Yeah,
That's news to me.
they signed him for a 20-day, and then they just kept him for the rest of the season. So yeah, he had to prove himself, and he's been proving himself. So it's good for him. When I say that he have a 12-man team, is that they can go 10 deep. They can replace all 5 of their players and go with new 5 and still be good. And they still got 2 more guys on the bench if they need more help. So that team is just – they have one of the most complete teams in the NBA, in my opinion. The team is dangerous, man. Like, they're dangerous.
Yeah, it's man, these are my 5 top dangerous teams.
Okay.
Number 1, the Heat. 2, Cavs. Memphis, Suns, and the 76ers.
Okay, I mean, I like that list. You know, I wouldn't say I disagree with it. I think so. I made this point in the chat too earlier. On paper, Brooklyn Nets won the trade, right? But because Ben hasn't been playing, I know Andre and Seth have been playing well, but the trade was about Ben Simmons and James Harden. Ben hasn't been playing, so you can't really say anything about the Nets until he plays, which is why I'm more of. It's not that I don't believe in the Nets. It hasn't happened yet. So I need to see it to believe it. So right now, the 76ers have clearly won the trade. Clearly.
Let's
disagree?
See. Let's see.
You disagree with that, or you agree with that, or what?
No, I don't agree.
Okay.
So
you think that you don't agree with the Nets, you said?
No.
So do you not think the Nets are going to get to the finals?
No, not at all.
Okay. I mean, I agree with you.
Not at all, bro.
Why?
The thing with me, man, I think they too far out of it to be in it. That we don't know if Kyrie's gonna play all these home games or will they allow him to play every game? Because I think they're gonna need him every game to be able to be successful and make it the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That's the main reason for sure.
And Kevin Durant,
Kyrie, you don't get far.
Exactly. And Kevin Durant not being healthy, I know he probably wants, he's going to eventually come back either before the end of the season or in the playoffs. But it's like you can't just turn it up every time you want to, especially when you're getting older. So logically, it doesn't make sense that for people to think that the Brooklyn Nets are going to come from all the way in the 8th seed and make it to the finals. It just doesn't make sense. Now, can it happen? Of course, it can happen, but I just don't think it's nothing about me being a hater. I just don't think that an 8-seeded half of Kyrie, questionable Ben Simmons, and Kevin Durant's health, I don't think that's enough. I don't think KD is enough to beat all of that and beat the teams in the East. Like, it's just too little too late. If they made this trade in the middle of the season or in the beginning of the season, then yes, they would have time to because basketball is about rhythm and chemistry. You can't just put a whole bunch of guys together and think it's just going to work automatically. You have to have time to work with somebody, know their tendencies. That's why I say the Bulls are having a great year, but they need more. They need one more year to be a great team. And next year, I think the Bulls will be great. But you just put this team together. It wasn't working with James Harden. He was already in the lower seed with James Harden. Now you got somebody who doesn't score. You think you're going to be better? Uh, again, I just don't understand the logic of people who think that the Nets are just going to just be world beaters and beat everybody. It's. I don't think it's going to happen. It has potential to happen, but again, it's just not logical, in my opinion.
Yeah, bro. I honestly think it at first it didn't make sense to me on the trade, but then again, after I saw what they had and what they received from that, I believe, man. I believe they're gonna use, like I told you before, yo. They're gonna use Ben Simmons the same way that they use Draymond Green with the Warriors. They're
Yeah,
gonna make him a point forward and just to set up all the shooters. That's it. I don't think he's gonna be shooting or anything like that. They're gonna have him for like point guard, bringing the ball up, setting for other players, and just playing intensive defense. That
you know
all
something.
that's all he has to do. He doesn't have to worry about shooting, none of that
Hmm.
stuff.
And you know what? That what Draymond did and still does is he a lot of times he plays at the top of the key and let Steph and Clay come off screens and that I see
Yep.
that with Durant and Kyrie. But the issue is it hasn't happened yet. When is it going to happen? And when is the state of New York or what city of New York, whatever, going to change the rules about this COVID thing so that way because Kyrie is not getting the COVID vaccine. He's not getting it. That's
No,
just it's
not
not
at
going to
all.
happen. So it's up. So is New York going to change the rules? Not because of Kyrie, but just because of New York. If New York changed the rules before the playoffs and he's able to play 100% both home and away, you got to watch out for the Brooklyn Nets. But until that happens, a 50% Kyrie, I just don't see it. Like I don't see them winning or getting far. I think it's too little, too late. If they would have done this before the All-Star game, and they were like sixth, fifth seed, then I could see them come up to the number one or number two seed because they would be great. But I think they made the trade too late, and I think the fact that Ben Simmons is still not playing, like why is he not playing?
Mhm.
You're out of the seven. You're out of Philly. You got what you want. You're not in Philly no more. What is the issue? What is it? Is he not healthy? Like if he got what he wanted, why are you not playing the game? Like I don't understand that. Play. Like the Nets need you. Kevin Durant is not playing. You got Kyrie 50%. You right now at this moment, at least when you're home, you're the best player on the team. Why is Ben Simmons not playing? I don't understand what's going on. I wish somebody could answer that for
I wish I had an answer for you, bro. I'm not sure myself.
me. But until I see it, I don't believe in the Brooklyn Nets. Now, again, if I'm wrong, if Brooklyn comes out and goes to the finals, I'm not going to lose any sleep. I don't care. If it's not the Miami Heat, I don't care who wins. It doesn't matter to me. But when I talk basketball or NBA basketball, I speak from my truth. I may be wrong. You may disagree with me, but I speak from what I see and what I study. And I don't see Brooklyn coming out of the East. I see Philly having a better chance. I see Milwaukee having a better chance. I see the Miami Heat having a better chance. I just don't see Brooklyn coming out at 8 seed beating up everybody. I don't see it. We'll see though. We'll see if they do it. Good for them. If not, it's cool, man. I don't care. I just want to see good basketball. That's all I want to see.
Interesting, interesting. I'm gonna get to you with these spreads though, bro. So we got Pacers and the Magics. And the spread is 1.5. How you feel about that?
So who wins, the Pacers or the Magic?
We have the Pacers as the underdog, and we have the Magic as the favorite. Magic are playing at home.
Magic is the favorite over the
Magic
Pacers.
is the favorite. Yep.
Okay.
Believe it or not, man, Pacers have been inconsistent, bro. Even though they beat the Celtics, they beat the
Yeah,
Celtics bad, but they other than that, they being inconsistent, bro.
that's true, man. 21-42. That's where they at right now. Give me but still, even with that, come on, man. The match, the Orlando Magic, them people lost 47 games. Give me the Pacers, man. Give me the Pacers.
The Pacers, okay, okay. So we got the Pacers. I'm going Magics, bro.
Okay. What's
I'm
next?
I'm gonna go take the Magics. We got New York Knicks, 10.5. They're the underdogs, and we got the 76ers. No brainer. I'm taking the 76ers.
Of
They've
course, no
been on
brainer.
fire.
Yeah.
Then we have the Utah Jazz and the Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets are the underdogs, and they will be playing at home. I'm thinking, if not the money line, bro. I'm taking the Jazz spread.
I'll take the Jazz to spread too. The Jazz,
Yeah,
they've been a little inconsistent, but same. I think for a long time, for most of the season, they've been third seed, but the Grizzlies just came and just took their spot and just playing well. So the Jazz are a team where fourth, fifth, sixth seed, third seed, but won't really do anything. But against the Rockets, come on, man, that's a no brainer. Give me the Jazz.
yeah, man. Whew. Man, how you feel about that John Wall situation, bro? Man, that boy's sitting on some money, ain't he?
Hey, listen, if I can get paid to not, I don't know. I don't know, man. I guess I'm an old school way of thinking. Like the old school players like Jordan and them back in the day, they played all 82 games and the playoffs because it's like you're doing something that you love. You're doing something. If I was in the NBA, I'm not. If I can walk, I'm playing. If I can walk, I'm playing. I don't need arms to play. Let me just play defense, and I'll just body up on the guy. Like, I don't care, man. If my legs are working, I'm playing every single game, and I'm playing the playoffs because to me that's not a job. I'm doing something that I love. I love basketball. So imagine getting paid for it. But these guys, this generation, some of them, or the previous generation, they're getting old. Their bodies are beat up, so they like to take a rest. I don't know, man. But the guy is just sitting on money. I don't know what's going to happen with him. I don't think he's as great as some people think he is. I think he's okay. But can he help a team? Yes. Honestly, if I had to pick a team to put him on, I'm just thinking I would maybe put him on either the Hawks. I know that sounds crazy, but you could put Trey at the you could put John Wall at the point and have Trey play the two. Maybe not the Hawks, but the Celtics. I think he would be good for the Celtics.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I think he can help them out a lot.
Yeah.
So a team like the Celtics, I even like
The
who,
Mavericks.
who needs a point guard? Mavericks, yeah, Mavericks would be dope. Mavericks would
Although
be dope.
Luka's a point guard too, but yeah, we'll see.
Nuggets, I think Nuggets can
Yeah,
use them.
the Pelicans definitely can use him. Definitely, I like the Pelicans to use him too. I like, you know what? I even want him. If I don't know how long Greg Popovich is going to coach, but I would like him with the Spurs too to see if he can help that team because they got a few. They got and I'll say Murray is good talent. They have talented guys. They just don't have enough
No,
to
Murray.
compete in the Western Conference. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
him
saying?
and Murray might be a good fit together. And
But yeah, but go.
they bring in a talented big man. They can probably do something well.
Yeah, but go ahead and continue with the spreads though.
Okay, we got oh, this gonna be my favorite, man. I'm gonna watch this game. Miami Heat. We got the Miami Heat as the underdog, +5. Milwaukee Bucks favorite at home, -5. This
Give me the
this
Miami Heat money
this
line.
this is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. But since Bucks been giving away leagues, I'm gonna take my team, man. I'm gonna go
Mhm.
ahead and take my team. I like it to be a close game. Miami might not win it, but it's gonna be a close game in my opinion. So I'm going with the Heat.
Oh,
We got
most definitely.
the Kings versus the Pelicans. The spread is 4.5. Pelicans at home and they're the favorites.
Uh,
This
give me
this
the give me the Pelicans.
uh, this is a tough one. I don't think Sabonis is playing.
He's not.
I don't think so.
Yeah, give me the Pelicans. It's the Pelicans at home, right?
Yeah, Pelicans are at home.
Okay. I like them. I like the Pelicans. Give me the Pelicans.
Let's do it. Pelicans at home.
Who else
And
we
we
got?
got we got OKC versus the Nuggets. That's gonna be a good one. I don't like this spread though. The spread is 13.
That's too much, ain't it? Do you think that's too high? Well, I mean, OKC is one of the
I
bad
think that's
teams in the
too high,
league.
man. I know OKC is a bad team, but I the last time they met, man, they had a close game. I think they won the game.
The the
I
war
think they beat
the
the Nuggets.
Thunder.
The last time they met up, I think they beat them.
I think so too. Yeah.
And against the spread, man, OKC has a winning record.
Okay, so give me OKC to cover the spread. Lose the game, but cover the spread.
Yeah, lose the game, but cover that spread.
Yeah,
We need our
definitely.
money. We need our
Yeah.
money. Same thing with Blazers and the Suns, man. The spread is 13. How, how you feel about that one?
Everybody's injured for the damn Trailblazers, and then Chris Paul is still out. But give me Phoenix. Give me Phoenix. But 13.
I'll take
I mean,
that 13 too.
I take that 13 too. Yeah, give me Phoenix with the
Man,
spread.
Blazers have the worst offense, bro.
Yeah, they do.
They have the worst offense, man. It's crazy how they win games, man. I was shocked when they beat the Lakers. Can't
I
believe
mean,
we talking about the Lakers again, but yeah, they got
everybody,
whooped.
everybody beating the damn Lakers, man. Listen, man, I don't want to talk about the damn Lakers. They suck, man. They piss me off so much. I don't want to see them boys in the playoffs. I love LeBron, but I'm tired of you, man. Get somebody else new to win. You know what I'm saying?
The Duke team could beat y'all.
Damn, man, that's
Any
messed up.
college team at this point, cause y'all, boy.
Boy, they losing 71 to 56 right now. Oh man, I don't want to talk about the Lakers no more. They suck.
Wow, they losing to the Mavericks like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good for me, bro. I put $50 on the Mavericks.
Okay, good for you, man. I hope that
Yeah,
it's
so
definitely going.
I need them to
It's
cover
definitely
this
gonna work
5
out.
points.
Definitely gonna work out. Let me tell you something. You ain't got to worry about the Lakers messing up your spread at all. The boys are garbage, garbage, garbage. Like, they suck. Hey,
Man, what?
listen, you want guaranteed money? Pick against the Lakers. You got
Uh, and we approve this message, not for the
it. Yeah,
bet.
definitely. Not for the bet. Yeah, listen. What message? You want some money? Bet against the Lakers.
Cause boy, man, it ain't looking too good for them.
I'm tired of talking about the Lakers, man. I don't want to talk about them no more. What else we got on the spread, man?
Okay, that was the last game, man. We got
That was it.
8 games, man.
Okay.
We got
Well,
8 games.
we're approaching this 1 hour and 15 minute mark. Any other final thoughts before we close this out?
Nah, man. Not that I can think of, man. We pretty much covered everything.
Okay. Well, this is something that we're trying new. This is our second week. We want to keep going. Marv and me, we have this great chemistry. We love talking about NBA. I want to maybe bring in music with this, but we'll see. But thanks for everybody for watching and tuning in. Look out for the bat signal for tomorrow. Usually we have shows Wednesday nights at 10, Saturday nights at 9. So we'll look out for the bat signal, like Devore says. A shout out to Devore, shout out to Banks, shout out to Quinte, shout out to Havoc. We are brotherhood. I love my dudes, man. We want to keep going and keep doing this. As far as any final thoughts, anything else that you want to say, it doesn't have to be sports related.
Yes. Now that I think about it, guys, please follow me on IG, Almighty Marv One. I will be covering all the spreads for you on basketball, NBA plus college. So if you want to get at me, please email me at Marvin D. Wilson Jr. at hotmail.com, or you can get at my IG at Marvin Almighty Marv One, and I send you the group link.
That's good, man. That's cool, man. And make sure you check out Banks's show. His show. I'm so sorry, I forgot the name. It's not in my head right now. Oh, My Brother's Keeper. I'm sorry, Banks. I apologize. My Brother's Keeper. Make sure you check out his show. He does great things. He brings great guests, and him and June have a great chemistry. So I want to support my guys. Make sure you check out the show
Facts.
again. Not My Brother's Keeper on Facebook or YouTube. It's a very interesting show. So
I'm just gonna close it out today, Marv. Another great show. We're gonna keep this going, man. Keep it moving. I hope everyone has a good night. Be safe. This is Not for Debate. We'll see you soon.
Yes, sir.
Later.